At the beginning of the story, we see Jason, the world's most powerful person. Jason is now a modest laborer. Every day, he is like a dog near a hot boiler. Even after working hard all day, he gets only 200 in the name of Dihadi. All the workers were very angry with this. Then the evil factory owner called the anti-riot police directly. As soon as the police came, the workers started raining sticks and rubber bullets on the workers. Jason ran to save the injured laborers. But suddenly he also got a strong collision and he fell. The police started beating Jason badly. Jason caught the policeman's stick in anger, music, and punched him directly on the ground. Then he broke the face of the policeman with his stick. Then he turned back in anger and laid a policeman on the ground in a single pole. He shouted at the policeman in anger. After finishing the night, Jason returned to his house. Even though his work was exhausting, he had a small and very lovely family. His wife was young and very beautiful, who gave her a lovely baby girl. Seeing her baby girl playing in the cradle, Jason felt that she had got all the joys of the world. But on the same night, her happiness was forever snatching at that time. Jason had just gone out of the bath and was going to eat with his wife. Suddenly he saw that his wife had fallen on the ground. He was about to see the situation in panic. When Jason came to the senses, he saw that his wife was dead and the police had guns on her. Jason had a blood-stained knife in his hand. That's why the police assumed that he had murdered his wife. In this way, poor Jason was caught in the false charge of the murder of his own wife and was sent to the dreaded jail of Terminal Island. As soon as he came to jail, cold water like ice was thrown at him. He was heavily crushed and white. Powder was sprinkled on the wounds and he was made a new prisoner. In the cell where Jason was kept, there were already 3 dreaded goons who were staring at him with a very lustful look. As soon as the prison guard went from there, the fierce sounds of Marhad started coming from inside the cell. The guard felt that those goons would have made a good repair of Jason. He came back to enjoy laughing, but seeing the inside sight, his was alarmed. Jason stood with a big swag with both his hands in his pocket, as if no one could beat him. And the 3 dreaded goons were eating all 4 on the ground. The next day, Jason's new face began to draw everyone's attention. As soon as he came into the canteen, and everyone was talking about that. It was because before became a laborer, Jason used to be a very famous champion racer. After getting married and having a child, Jason gave up racing. Nobody even dreamed that he would be in jail now. Suddenly some bald goons came there and surrounded Jason, who was eating. It was all from the Brotherhood gang, and it was clear that he wanted to deliberately get punched. A goose deliberately spit in the food of Jason. Then the boss of those goons, Rex, also came there and stood right behind Jason's and started showing his bullies. But he did not know who he has taken a punch from today. Jason got up and broke his mouth straight from the plate of food. Then another goose went ahead and Jason did all his work. Then a goose gave a loud fist. Jason got angry and broke his leg from the plate. After this heavy buzz, Jason was presented to Grace. This golden-haired Grace was very cruel and zalim. If she did not like anything, she would kill the prisoners with sticks. But Grace knew Jason's strong experience of racing and his fantastic record. So she wanted Jason to take part in the death race on Terminal Island. In fact, the Terminal Island jail used to live live telecast of the death race to earn money. The more bloody the race, the more his TRP on TV. The most liked racer in the last race was a Nakabapash prisoner. But in the last 2 races, his most big enemy, Victor, without any rules, fired a gun on him and blew him in the air. By his death, the TRP of the race had fallen from the trunk. So Grace wanted Jason to wear the niqab and fight the race as her and bring back the fallen TRP. To celebrate Jason, Grace gave a great greed. She said that if Jason wins 5 races, then he will be freed from jail forever. Jason, who was suffering in memory of his beloved baby girl, had no other choice. He had to say yes in compulsion. Jason was taken to the workshop of trains and handed over to the team of the old Nakabapash racer. The leader of this team was very old and sturdy mechanic, whom all coaches used to call. The rest of the team were also good. They showed Jason his dreaded racing car. This car was made by modifying a Ford Mustang 80. It had a V8 engine that produced an awesome power of 850 horsepower and 700 pounds of torque. Apart from all these things, the coach also had some special juxtapositions in it. There was a 0.75-inch bulletproof iron plate around the car. On the back was a 6-inch thick iron shield, which the coach called the gravestone. 2 heavy machine guns in front of the car. There were petrol bombs, smoke bombs, and many escape systems inside. This car was not a personalized death machine. Jason saw a button in the car on which the danger mark was made. He thought it was a terrible missile button, but he just turned out to be a cigarette lighter. Then the coach told Jason about the rest of the dreaded research. Leo is a Chinese American who has a degree of business, and he is a very fast-minded gangster. He has killed 4 people in the death race. He is a crazy person with a ghost tattoo. He is very big of grace and has so far dripped 12 people. Brotherhood gang boss Rex, whom Jason had already clashed. And the most dangerous was Machine Gun Victor, the top racer of the old Nakabapash racer collision. Victor was the one who flew the old Nakabapash racer with his cannon. That was Jason's biggest music and strong enemy. They were talking about when some new prisoners came there. In the hands of all of them, GPS tracking was strictly tied. The coach told that it is meant to prevent the prisoners who are sentenced to death from escaping. Seeing this hard, it was lost in Jasanayadon. He remembered that the night his wife was murdered, the unknown murderer had a similar strong in his hand. Jason's mind got stuck. Was the murder of his wife and he was already in jail and take part in the race? Jason vowed that he would be raising the curtain from this whole night. Soon the day of the race came. Jason wore his niqab and sat in the car with the push of the people. Then there was a bus in which many very hot girls descended from. They were selected from the women's prison so that it could become a racer's navigator. Jason's navigator was even more Catalana, which would make anyone sweat. His name was Lily, and she also knew the secret of changing this mask. When the windows of the car closed, Jason took off his niqab. Lily was shocked to see this. This bald person was very handsomely. Meanwhile, live broadcast of Death Race started on TV. The return of Nakabapash Racer led to a crowd of online viewers and all. The old records were broken. Grace was going crazy with joy. It seemed that her move had fit perfectly. Then the race started in real. All the cars started flying in the air as soon as the lights were lit. In the first round, the weapons could not be used. Everyone had to show their speed. All the cars started to hit Jason's car. Lily knew the speed of the racetrack. He asked Jason to cross the barricades and go on an empty side path, so that Jason increased his speed and left many cars behind in a shock music. But Victor was not going to give up so quickly. The car was a heavy Dodge Ram pickup. There were pointed thorns in front of the car. There was a fierce machine gun on either side and was a rocket launcher on the roof. He looked very ferocious. He hit the car in Jasan's car. Jasan could not match him music, so he had to turn fast towards a small path. On the order of Grace sitting in the broadcast room, the weapon system of the cars was turned on. Now the racers had to carry the sword and shield marks on the ground, the sword button used to get the weapon, and the shield was protected from the shield. There was also a skull on which the carriage was meant to be a direct work. The man with the tattoo, Ghost, had just hit a proud racer and was very stiff, but by mistake he came forward to Victor. Victor got angry and hit his target on him. As soon as the weapon button was found, Victor fired on him. But Ghost got the shield button, and a lot of thick oil started coming out of the back of his car. Victor could not move in time and his car started slipping badly. Ghost was going crazy with joy and a galaround. He then took the weapon button from and attacked Leo going forward. But what did he know that Leo would drop a lot of iron thorns from behind his car, causing all the tires of Ghost's car to burst. A car coming from behind hit him, and his car plowed into the air several times. Leo did not stop here. He saw the right opportunity and also fired a missile. The wheels of the horse's car flew away. He crawled out music in a bad condition, but his pride still did not diminish. The next moment, seeing the terrible scene, the TRP of the TV started to skyrocket. Grace smiled very smartly. The race continued. Jason got the weapon, but his gun was not going to shoot. Lily showed the courage of the gaff and hanging out of the moving car window and beating the trapped machine gun loudly. The girl in the nearby car also went out and was shooting at them madly. Jason began to hide his car behind the other car, but the trouble happened when Victor also came there and started firing continuously on them. Thankfully, Lily fixed the machine gun at the right time and she quickly got back inside the car. Jason and he gave a smile at each other. It was understood that this girl is not a minor girl. To avoid Victor's artillery balls, Jason took the defense button. But the strange thing was that the oil kept in. The car and the rest of the system was not working. It seemed that this is not a coincidence. The rest of the racers also understood this. They pushed Victor off the way and on Jason, attacked so that he could finish it. The back of Jason's car was almost broken by killing it. Sit in my lap. What? Lily thought that Jason wanted to have fun before dying. But Jason's set was not bad. He just threw out a petrol bomb in the car, So Jason smartly finished his enemy's work. Grace was very happy with Jason's work. Then Jason accelerated the car and followed a car. The Brotherhood gang boss in that car was Rex. He made a gesture with his hand towards Jason that reminded Jason of the murderer from outside. As soon as Jason's attention diverged, Victor hit him out of the race. That is why Jason lost the race and was 6th. After the race was over, when Jason brought the car back to the workshop, the coach checked the car. He saw that the rescue oil in the car was full of, then why did not he work at the time of the race? When everyone was thinking about it loudly. On the other hand, Jason understood the whole thing. The task of implicating him in false accusations is of the same. Grace, he killed Jason's wife and put the accusation on him, only so that Jason can take part in this death race. When Grace called Jason for the next race, Jason refused, but the witch turned out to be very fast. He took out the photo of Jason's daughter and put it in front. At this time, his daughter was adopted by someone and only Grace knew her daughter's address. Jason was furious with anger, but in front of this threat, he was forced to say yes to the race. Jason understood that he would have to find a way to escape from this jail anyway and go back to his daughter, and he would not leave the murderer, who killed his wife at all. That is why in the darkness of the night, when everyone was sleeping, Jason alone entered the workshop of Brotherhood boss Rex, but they were sitting ready in advance. With bald goose poles, there was a lot of fun in Jason's stomach. In pain, Jason grabbed his neck. Rex also ran away. He wanted to take revenge for the canteen fight. He struck Jason with a large electric rod. Surrounded by the goons, Jason was unable to kill back. Rex attacked again and kicked a loud kick, causing Jason's head to choke, and he was almost unconscious. Rex was just about to do the last war that suddenly he screamed with pain and stopped. Actually, the fat boy of Jason's team had attacked from behind. Rex got mad in anger and jumped towards the fat boy. Jason got the chance. He picked up a heavy piece of iron from the ground and there. He hit the foot of the standing guard with full force. Jason was now completely free, and he opened his hands and feet. He picked up a red fire extinguisher, lying on the ground, and broke the head of a goose in one stroke. Seeing the cylinder in the hand of Jason, the little goose started retreating. Jason slammed a goose with the wall and hit such a strong right hook that his face was bathed with blood. Jason did not want to leave it. He hurried towards the goose. Jason again struck aloud and continued to attack. After that, he also hit a strong side kick. Jason saw that the small goose flew away and went away. The little goose was finally scared. Jason seemed to be a real Yamraj. He picked up a heavy toolbox of workshop and hit it on the back of the little goose. This would have made all his bones straight. Jason was still not in the mood to spare him. He caught his cheap vest. He picked him up in the air and threw away, so that he got to the nearby iron rack, after which he pulled the goose out and got ready to do the last on it. The little goose gave up and vomited all the truth. Jason's suspicion was perfect. Grace had ordered him to do all this. Jason knew the truth had gone, but he was not going to leave him like that. He was just about to strike that a guard from behind drove a stun gun and Jason fainted there. Later, Jason was put back in his cell so that he could prepare for the second race. As soon as the lights burnt, all the cars went out fast. But Jason's car did not move from his place. When all went a long way, Jason slowly moved the car. The coach standing away did not understand what this was happening. In fact, Jason was doing all this for Lily sitting next to him. He drove the car into a factory. He grabbed the injection lever of Lily's seat and threatened him to speak the truth. Why were not the systems of her car working in the last race? Was Lily's hand in it? Lily did not want to believe at first, but seeing life in danger, she vomited the truth. He believed that all this was done by him. But because of the threat of Grace's aim was that Jason would lose the race so that he stayed in jail and fought the race for him for the rest of his life. After knowing the truth, Jason increased the full speed of the car. He started the nitrous booster, and the car reached the rest of the racers in the blink of an eye like a rocket. He stared at Grace sitting upstairs and swore that he would take revenge from this witch. Then he hit Victor strongly. Victor went to the side of the road until he could understand something. Jason gave him not much because Jason's real target was Rex, the same man who killed his wife. Jason got very close to Rex. The two cars clashed and the sparks started flying. Lily was screaming and asking Jason to take a shield. But Jason did not listen to one of her and took the straight weapon button. He was fully ready to take his revenge. On the other hand, Rex also got the weapon and he started firing shots at Jason. Nobody dreamed that Jason would turn his car upside down instead of hiding and firing on Rex's car with a laser cannon. Jason's car was running in back gear and there was a fierce firing from both sides. In a while, Jason got the defense button. He immediately turned the car and started the smoke bomb. There was so much black smoke from the back of the car that Rex's entire car hid in it. He did not see the way forward. After Rex's car turned, Jason also stopped and let everyone else get ahead of him. As soon as Rex got out of his broken car, Jason followed his car. He wore his niqab back, even after Lily refused, got out of the car, and stood straight behind Rex. Jason twisted his neck with his bare hands. It was an open challenge to Grace. Seeing all this on Grace's camera got burnt, but she could not harm her. So she ordered her most musical, horrendous weapon to field the make race more dangerous. As soon as the order was received, a very huge and dreaded truck called the Big Monster Truck, Dreadnought, came into the ground. This big truck was full of heavy guns and missiles. The guns on its roof started firing indiscriminately. The fire spread on the entire racetrack, and there were fierce blasts on every side. Many racing cars were blown away. This huge truck went straight behind Jason and started attacking him madly. At the same time, the fire started rising from both sides. Leo accidentally got into the side of this truck. Iron thorns came out of the big tires of the truck and entered Leo's car. The beautiful girl sitting next to Leo became a chutney. Then a thorny, thick chain came out of the back of this monster truck, and he grabbed Leo's car. The top of the truck turned straight towards him, and Leo had to accept his death. Now there were only Jason and Victor left in the field. Jason called the fat boy and told him to give message to Victor that we both have to do the work of this big monster together. Those two together faced the strong attacks of the truck and somehow their own. The cars brought the front of that huge truck, both of them the speed of their cars, together and at the same time pressed the death skull button on the track. That big weapon of Grace was shattered so easily. Jason won this race. All the prisoners of the jail swam with joy and began to beat for Jason, but the face of Grace sitting on top was yellow with anger. He was now regretting bringing Jason to this race because the matter was now going out of his hand. He vowed that the next race will eliminate Jason at any cost. Anyway, the people of the world only mean the niqab. Who is inside? What does it matter to them? Before the final race, he convened a meeting of all the prisoners. When there was no one in the workshop, he got a dangerous bomb under Jason's car with his goons. In the meeting, Grace announced to everyone that whoever wins this last race will be freed from jail forever. But Jason knew all the truth inside. In so many years, no one had come back alive from here. The woman standing in front was completely cheating. After the meeting ended, the coach showed a video clip to Jason. This was the same video in which the ghost car was overturned and shattered. Jason immediately understood the coach's hint. This video clip was the real master plan to escape from this jail. So Jason went to Victor's workshop alone and made a complete setting from it. Shortly after the final match of the death race came, now there were only two people left in the field to wager their lives. To defeat Jason, Victor had a full line of rocket launchers in the car, which could rip off any shield, and was extremely dangerous. Jason also sat in his car. Lily sat down with him again. But this time, Lily had already told Jason about Grace's bomb plan. It seemed that Lily had now become Jason's strong civil. As soon as the race started, both cars started talking to the air. But the unscrupulous prison guards secretly stopped the weapon buttons of Jason's car and gave all the power to Victor. Now this race was not just a one-way quilt. The worst thing was that even the defense button of Jason was not working. It seemed that Jason's loss is now sure. Victor went crazy with joy and he rained bullets on Jason. What would Jason do in such a way? He dropped the iron shield on the back of his car. Victor turned out to be very nimble. He cut the car and saved. Jason continued to run fast and finally he saw a current defense button. As soon as Jason pressed that button, it was only when it came from behind a loud gun ball and he blew the screws of that button. This ball was fired by Victor. He wanted to finish the race and he fired several missiles on Jason. The missiles came out touching Jason's car and collided directly with the front wall, which caused a loud explosion. But Jason did not stop. That car drove straight into that sphere of fire, and with this Jason's car went out breaking the prison wall and followed him Victor. Actually, it was a pre-made plan of both of them so that he could break the wall and break free. Both cars ran towards the bridge in front of at full speed. Grace went crazy with anger. He was publicly fooled. He immediately cut the live telecast and ordered his guards to go out and catch them both. Then Grace remembered that he still had one last move. The bomb that was placed under the of Jason's car. He quickly brought the remote so that he could do the job of that disobedient racer by pressing the button. Someone will be very angry. No one can take a punch from my car at this time. Actually, the coach had changed that bomb to another long ago. Grace's anger reached the seventh sky and ordered the helicopter to call. There were dozens of police cars behind the two trains. Lily was scared how they would survive now. But Jason was confident. He asked Lily to pull the front lever. In fact, Jason had set a 5-pound petrol bomb in the car long ago to make it easier to escape. In this way, both cars easily broke all the police blockade. After reaching a safe place, Jason and Victor said goodbye to each other, and both of them started running different. Seeing the situation, Grace decided to catch Jason. But it was not so easy to catch Jason. He looked in Lily's eyes and jumped from the car and disappeared. Lily continued to drive the car. Some was not clearly visible from the helicopter flying in the sky. That's why he continued to chase the same car. Lily stopped the car in a deserted place. Wearing his niqab and climbing on the roof of the car, the police immediately surrounded him. Surrounded by the side. Did they know that both the real Jason and Victor were secretly free from there on a train forever? Both were very happy, but they just regretted that they could not kill that Grace with their hands. On the other hand, Grace felt that she had caught Jason. She was smiling with pride. Then a guard went to give him a gift box in the joy of victory. He gladly opened the box, but when he looked inside, his eyes were cracked. There was a bomb in it. It was actually a gift sent by the coach. 6 months later in Mexico, Jason and Victor together opened a car repair shop. They used to modulate the cars of racing lunches, who called themselves family. Suddenly a sports car came and stopped, and a hot girl came out of it. It was none other than Lily. He embraced Jason with great love. After this, Jason brought his baby girl there too. It seemed that maybe from now on, this little girl will get a new mother. With this, the story of the Death Race movie ends here.